The Denver Broncos travel to Houston to face the Texans on Sunday. Denver is a 10.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. 53 is the total in this game. Now let's start with the obvious. Denver is the best team in the AFC, maybe the best team in the entire NFL. They badly need this game. After all, if they lose one of the last two games, they could still lose the AFC West and have to play on the road wild card weekend, as hard as that is to believe. So they need this game. And they're facing a Houston team that has lost 12 consecutive games. They've already fired their coach this season. They lost 25-3 to the Indianapolis Colts last week. So this a clear mismatch. Denver, a very popular public bet at sportsbooks around the world this week. That is certainly understandable. Would it surprise me in the least if the Broncos won this game 40-14? No, it would not. However, there is a Houston angle here, and I struggle to say that with a straight face because, yes, as you know, if you've been following us here on BETDAQ NFL, the Texans have cost me more money this season than any team in the league, without a doubt. I've probably bet on the Texans maybe 6 times, and I think I've won just one of those bets. So I have been overvaluing Houston all season. And when this line was released, I did not see a Houston angle here. But we've learned in the last few days that Matt Schaub will start in place of Case Keenum at quarterback this week, and I think that is big. Case Keenum has been terrible this season. Don't know if you've seen him play, but he's been bad and has only gotten worse. Last week was the low point in that 25-3 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. But in post-game press conference, it didn't sound like they were going to do anything about the quarterback situation. It sounded like they were going to roll right on with Keenum. After all, when Gary Kubiak was fired 2 weeks ago, it was announced at the press conference when Kubiak was fired that Keenum would be the starter for the remainder of the season. So that was a decision that clearly came from the top, owner Bob McNair. He knows what he has in Matt Schaub. Obviously, Schaub is not in the Texans' plans for the future. Keenum is a young guy who McNair apparently wanted to give a chance, wanted to see if he could play, but I think it's clear after last week's game that Case Keenum does not have a future as an NFL quarterback. And when Keenum was benched, he wasn't benched last week, but the week before against Jacksonville, a couple of weeks before that against Oakland, the times that Kubiak had benched Keenum in the second half in favor of Schaub, Schaub had come in and the Texans offense had gone right up and down the field. Now, I understand Schaub had his struggles over the first half of this season, but he's had some very good years in Houston. He knows what he's doing. A much better quarterback at this point than Case Keenum. And on Sunday, he'll be facing a Denver defense that is 28th in the NFL against the pass. So I think Schaub could have some success in this game. I expect Schaub and the Houston offense to have some success in this game. And even though it's tough to bet against the Denver offense, it is worth noting that Houston ranks 4th in the league in total defense and 2nd in passing defense. The Texans only surrender 183.3 pass yards per game this season. So don't sleep on the Texans as a double-digit home underdog here this week. I am telling you. Now, can I bring myself to include Houston as one of my best bets and actually get involved in this game this week? I don't believe I can because, as I said, the Texans have just cost me so much money this season. But I do lean towards them as a double-digit home dog in this situation. Again, I believe Matt Schaub playing will make all the difference. I do think Schaub is going to throw for 300+ in this game against this bad Denver secondary. And I think the Houston defense is going to be able to slow down the Denver offense. So while I think the Broncos will win this game, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won it in blowout fashion, I do have a lean towards the double-digit home dog in this situation. I like Houston plus 10.5.